What's going on YouTube? CDA Green here, back with another video, and today I'm bringing y'all another video in this style format compared to one of my earlier videos. You know what I'm saying? It was called I'm Not a People Person or Am I a People Person, where I took a test to self-diagnose, and that was pretty fun. So I want to do something similar today, and by no means are these like a medical, like a professional diagnosis, but like it's just a fun little activity to do, and so I could share my like experiences and thoughts and why I feel like I got, you know what I'm saying, ADHD. I don't know if I mentioned it. That's what we're gonna be talking about today, discussing whether I have that or not, because I feel like I can't sit still for shit. I can't focus on a single task for 10 minutes without getting distracted, and it's not a great feeling. I don't know, because like I'll be just trying to enjoy my time doing some, you know what I'm saying, the most simple thing, and then I'll be like, man, I could be doing so many other things right now. Am I even doing the right thing? Am I wasting my time? Like, bro, I can't focus for shit. My mind always wanders. I find myself watching videos and I'm like, I gotta keep rewinding the video over and over again, like over the past hour for like fucking 5 minutes of the actual vid that I should have paid attention to. But as much as I try to focus, I just can't do it. So you know what I mean? I found this little test that we're gonna participate in today, and we just gonna see what it say about us. You know what I'm saying? I personally feel like I have it, but we just gonna see if this test agrees. You feel me? Appreciate y'all for watching. You know what I'm saying? Like, comment, subscribe if you enjoy the content, and let me know what else you want to see on the channel. And without further ado, we just gonna get straight into it. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so this one says ADHD test. Who is it for? This short, free ADHD test is for anyone who thinks they may benefit from evaluation for ADHD. Statements in this quiz can help you figure out whether you might need the support of a mental professional. Yeah. Is it accurate? Not a definitive tool. Okay, yeah, whatever. You know, I be trying to read sometimes, but I'm like, if I read too much, y'all might start to think I can't read, because sometimes I be like stumbling on the words and stuff, and I'm like, I don't need niggas thinking I ain't graduate kindergarten and shit, because I did. You know what I'm saying? You see the chin hairs. I'm a grown ass man, so that would be pretty bad otherwise. But yeah, we just gonna get started with the test. So first question is, how often do you have difficulty sustaining your attention while doing something? See, like I told y'all, I can read. Give me a second. While doing something for work, school, a hobby, or fun activity, remaining focused during lectures, lengthy reading, or conversations. Okay, when it's school, bro, or something I don't care about, obviously I'm gonna tune it out because I'm not intrigued by it or interested enough to keep my attention on it. So something like that, I don't really see that as ADHD. I'm just probably bored, you know what I'm saying? But when it's a hobby or something like that, like I'm playing a game, watching like a show or some shit, even in the gym, you know what I'm saying? It's like when I lose focus for things like that I actually enjoy doing, I'm like, okay, yeah, like this is actually a problem. Like I can't just live in the moment. I'm always thinking about the past, the future, some other shit that's just not right here and right now. So yeah, I would definitely say I have trouble sustaining my attention for things like that. For work, like I said, work, like when I'm just going to work and shit, I don't give a fuck about that shit. I just want to make the money, you know what I'm saying? It's cool. It's a cool little job, but like I don't enjoy that shit per se, because some customers be pissing me off, bro. Like I'm not a people person at all. I hate working. Like I've made 2 videos about them topics if y'all want to check them out, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, in regards to hobbies, I would say I definitely do be having difficulty sustaining attention, but it's not always. It's like half the time. It's like 50-50. Actually, I'd probably say more often than not I have trouble focusing. It's kind of like the best option would probably be often or sometimes, one of the two, because often doesn't mean always, so I'm gonna just say often. You feel me? And they say, how often are you easily distracted by external stimuli, like something in your environment or unrelated thoughts? In my environment, I mean, I guess like when I'm walking the dog or some shit, I don't know, because when I take walks outside, like I don't just go outside to take walks. It's for like either walking the dog. That's really the only time I'm walking outside, like, because I, you know what I'm saying, I got a car and shit. If I need to go somewhere, I'm gonna just drive around. But yeah, when I'm walking the dog, I'm probably on my phone trying, like, feel me, see what's all this going on with like my YouTube and stuff like that, checking on assignments when it's time for school and shit, watching videos and shit. But I ain't gonna lie, when I'm outside, bro, I'm teed up, bro. I'm on hots, you feel me? Gotta make sure nobody trying, like, mess with me or my dog crazy, like trying to sneak me or like drive by shooting type shit, even though I live in the suburbs, that's probably not going to happen, but like it's still a possibility. But I do be like, I don't know. I definitely do focus on my surroundings a lot when I'm in a new environment or outside and stuff. So I do notice things like that. So I would probably say sometimes in this situation, but I might not have the best grasp of what they're asking here, but I think I'll just do that one. Then they say, how often do you avoid, dislike, or are reluctant to engage in tasks that require sustained mental effort or thought? Now, if it's something I enjoy doing, I don't care if it's hard because I'm enjoying it, I'll do it. But if it's something I don't give a fuck about and it's hard, bro, I'm not gonna partake in that shit at all. So how often do you avoid? Yeah. Cause some classes I'm like, man, that sounds like some bullshit. I'm not gonna take that one. So I often do it. I ain't gonna lie. Unless it's something I enjoy. And they say, how often do you have trouble listening to someone even when they're speaking directly to you, like your mind is somewhere else? Nah, not really. I definitely always hear when people are talking to me to my face. That's never really been an issue. It's just, I don't know. Focus on tasks, I would probably say, is my main thing. So I'd say rarely. Never say never, but I'd say rarely. Then how often do you have difficulty in organizing an activity or task needing to get done? Poor time management, fails to meet deadlines, difficulty managing sequential tasks. Nah, I'm great at this type of thing. I ain't gonna lie. I take pride in that. You know what I mean? My day is optimized. I'm like, all right, if I'm in school per se, do school, you know what I'm saying? Do these assignments that need to get done. Usually I get them done like a week in advance. I give myself plenty of time. Get those done. I might go to work after that, go to the gym and shit, you feel me? At night. Well, I wasn't doing YouTube until this summer, so I don't have experience doing it while in school. But I imagine after everything else is done, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna try to get these videos out and stuff, because like it's a priority for me. And it might take precedence or whatever that word is over these other things in my life, because I enjoy doing this, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm building something organic out of nothing, and I really got a passion for it. So yeah. But organizing activities, tasks, like I'm pretty good at stuff like that. So how often do you have difficulty? I'd say never. I mean, I did just say never, but sometimes, yeah, I'll say rarely, because yeah, it could happen, but it's not often at all. And then they say, how often do you fail to give close attention to details or make careless mistakes in things such as schoolwork, at work, or during other activities? Not at all. I would say not at all. When I'm doing something, I pay attention to the most insignificant details. I think that's my like self-consciousness coming into the fray. You know what I mean? I always worry about literally everything. I'm like, damn, is this pimple like, you know what I'm saying, big? Is my skin a little oily right now? You feel me? Is this shirt a little too baggy, make me look skinny as hell? Like, I'm like, every little thing about myself I pay attention to, and that's reflected in my schoolwork as well. I'm like, I read, most assignments that I do and I'm ready to turn in, I read them over like 10 times just to make sure there's no mistakes. And even then, you can't prohibit like no mistakes slipping through, because we human, you know what I'm saying, we flawed. But I don't fail to give close attention to details, is what I would say. I don't. So I'm gonna say rarely for that again. You know what I mean? Then they say, how often do you forget to do something you do all the time, such as missing an appointment or paying a bill? Never. I ain't gonna lie. Never. How often do you forget? I never forget. I don't forget shit. I might, for example, I had a appointment with my barber to get a haircut a couple weeks back at 8 in the morning. And that's early as shit. I know. Like, if y'all can help it, don't get your hair cut that early, because that shit, I don't know. I damn near fell asleep in a chair. The nigga might have fucked my line up. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I don't forget. I just happened to oversleep that day. I set my timer for like 7 o'clock or like 6:30, around that, so I could give myself some time to prepare and shit. But I just fell back asleep, bro. Like I heard the timer go off and shit. I'm like, all right, five more minutes. You know what I'm saying? I wake up, it's like 7:45, and I'm like, fuck. I roll out of bed, I look at the clock, bro. I'm like, damn, like fuck, this shit's ass. It was on my mom's birthday too, bro. I was trying to like celebrate and give her presents and shit, but I'm like, fuck. Like, as soon as she walked by my room, I'm over here throwing like having a midlife crisis and shit, and everybody like, what's going on? I'm like, I just missed my haircut, and it's like at the end of the day, it's not that big a deal, but that shit was funny in the moment. But you know what I'm saying? I still, you know, gave my mom her presents and all that shit. So you know what I'm saying? That was great. Love you, mom. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I didn't forget though. I didn't forget that shit. I just got a little careless. Let's just say that. So I see I already checked it off, but how often do you forget? I'm confident in saying that I never forget shit like that. I'll be honest. I don't. I rarely forget. Then they say, how often do you lose, misplace, or damage something that's necessary in order to get things done? Your phone, eyeglasses, wallet, paperwork, keys, etc. I don't lose them at all. My belongings, I keep very good track of where everything is, just because when you develop a routine in your day-to-day life, like you notice what things that you normally have that are necessary for your day to go as smoothly as possible. So me personally, I rarely misplace things like this, but I ain't gonna say it's never happened because I can't say it for 100% sure, but nothing comes to mind when I think about that. And next one is, how often do you have trouble following through on instructions or failing to finish schoolwork, chores, or duties in the workplace? You start a task but quickly lose focus and are easily sidetracked. Now, if it's something, like I said, that I don't care about in terms of school, I'll get it done. I might lose focus, you know what I mean? But it's not in terms of having trouble focusing. I'm just like, man, I don't want to do this shit. So I start doing other shit, looking on my phone and shit, scrolling on like the internet, like Instagram and shit. But it's not that I don't want to focus. Like, I can't focus on it. I just don't want to, I should say. So I don't have trouble focusing on things like that. It's more so I just don't want to do them. And then in terms of duties at the workplace, my boss, he be telling me to do certain shit. I'm like, man, fuck that. I don't want to do that shit because I don't see the point in doing it. I'll do it just for that one day. So he's like, okay, thanks. You know, just keep doing this pretty regularly. No, nigga, I'm not going to do that. You know what I mean? It's like at a certain type of job where it's not like where I'm not my own boss, where I'm working for somebody else still, I'm not going to sabotage them. But at the same time, I'm not going to, you know, put all this effort in, you know, for the sake of someone else. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I appreciate all my boss has done for me and things of that nature, but what I look like killing myself over some shit that's not even mine. It's like something that I don't even own. That's just my mentality. Unless it's somebody like really close to me, like they really mean something to me. But like, it's just like, I fuck with my boss, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't saying I would take a bullet for the nigga quite yet, but yeah. So I lose focus on things like that. It's more so I choose to lose focus. I feel like it's most things, like when it's tasks or like obligations I choose to lose focus on things like that. But when it comes to hobbies and shit, that's when I have trouble focusing sometimes because my mind is always all over the place. I'm always thinking and shit. So often do you have trouble following through? I'll say sometimes, you know. And then the next question is, how often are you unable to play or engage in leisurely activities quietly? Very rarely, bro. Like I said, I'm always thinking about some other shit. Rarely will I sit down, think about nothing else, turn my brain off, and just enjoy the downtime that I have in my days, because I feel like I'm constantly on edge. I'm constantly thinking about the next move and shit, like thinking about, could I be doing, like, what can I be doing to advance, like level up, keep leveling up day to day and shit. But yeah, when I do take the time to just de-stress and relax and shit, those are very excellent. They just don't happen that quite often. So how often are you unable to play or engage in leisurely activities quietly? How often are you unable? I would say often. Yeah. And then they say, how often do you have difficulty waiting your turn, such as while waiting in line? Yeah, I would say so. I'll wait in line, but I'm constantly worrying about, I'm like, when is my turn coming up? When is my turn? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm always thinking that, but like, I don't show it outwards. I'll just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, do a little shuffle with my feet and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, like our parents used to say, them niggas used to kick in the dirt for fucking entertainment and shit. I'm just like shuffling my feet along the ground. I think I fidget, but I don't like, it don't look like I'm having a spaz attack or nothing like that. So I wouldn't say I really have difficulty. I just get like anxious and I'm very aware of when my turn is coming up, and I might get a little impatient, but it's not that serious. You know what I mean? And I feel like I was about to say something else. How often do you have difficulty waiting your turn? Okay, yeah. I would say this is not the question they're asking, but I do have difficulty waiting my turn when it comes to speaking. Like when I'm having a conversation with someone, like I'll listen to what they're saying, but when I have something to say too, I won't cut them off quite. I'll wait till they're near the end and then I'll start talking, because they're like, oh yeah, yada yada yada, and I'm like, oh yeah, but and then I have to get my shit off. I don't know if that's like something to do with ADHD too, but if anyone has ever noticed that about me, like it's not intentional. It's not like, oh, I don't give a fuck about what you're saying, fuck you, my shit is more important. It's not like that at all. I'm just kind of like, I feel the need to just get my shit off, you know what I'm saying? That's all it is. But in terms of waiting in line, do I have difficulty with that? I would say rarely. Not really. It's not really you know what I'm saying, a main worry of mine. Then they say, how often do you feel like you're on the go, acting as if you're driven by a motor, you're unable to be or uncomfortable being still for an extended period of time, such as in a restaurant or a meeting? Most definitely, bro. I feel that's the main reason like I like lifting, going to the gym and shit, because like I'm constantly moving my body. It's the same thing over and over. Like when you look at it at a weekly basis, I do the same exercises on certain days and shit. But it's just nice to like move my body and stay active, because if I sit still for too long, I think my stomach, I start to feel sick. I don't know what it is. Even at work, like I rarely do I sit down at my job, bro. Like I'm always doing some shit. I'm always walking around at least. I think I like being active and shit. So yeah, I definitely do have trouble sitting still. And when I do sit still, I gotta do something else. Like I gotta fidget with some shit. So how often do you feel like you're on the go? I would say often. And then they say, how often do you leave your seat in situations when remaining seated is expected? Leaving your place in the office or workplace? Nah, I don't do that. When it's like, you know, in class, I don't know, because at a certain point, when you get to a certain level of education, you don't really need to ask the teacher to use the bathroom no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, say for college, what I look like, hey, sir, can I use the restroom? Like, no, I'm gonna just get up and leave. But it feels weird to do that shit when nobody else is, because the teachers be like, yeah, if you can wait, like, please don't get up and leave the room when I'm teaching. It's like, oh yeah, my fault. You know what I'm saying? That shit would be kind of strange, kind of inconsiderate, kind of a dick move. So I stopped myself from doing shit like that. But when I gotta go, I gotta go. So you know what I'm saying? I notice people doing that. They other niggas don't give a fuck, bro, in class. They just do that shit. So how often do you leave your scene situations? I rarely do it, but that's mainly out of respect. But also very rarely do I have the urge to do so, unless it's to like stretch my legs or use the bathroom or something like that. So yeah, I prefer, if I can, I just want to get everything done right then and there. Like, fuck a break, bro. Just tell me everything you want to teach me for the day and let me get the fuck on, so I don't gotta come back. You know what I'm saying? So how often do you leave your seat in situations when remaining seated is expected? Leaving your place, I don't think I do that shit very often, bro. So how often do you? Rarely. I rarely do that. How often do you blurt out an answer before a question has been completed, completing another person's sentence, or can't wait your turn in a conversation? As I said earlier, y'all niggas, like, y'all know that's the thing with me. So I think I often do it. So I try to hold off. I'm definitely conscious of that. Like, I'll let the other person finish, and I don't really respond to what they say in any meaningful way. I'm just like, oh yeah, I hear you. Now let me say my shit, like, you know what I'm saying? So I definitely do that. And in terms of blurting out answers and shit, nah, because I don't want to be that one nigga that just fucking they just blurt out some shit and then that's not what the teacher is asking at all and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't do that. But I do like finishing other people's sentences and shit, because I like to see if I'm thinking the way they is thinking. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely do this very often. And they're like, how often do you feel restless, like you want to get out and do something? I would probably say very often, because if I don't go to the gym for the day, bro, I feel like I haven't really done shit in like a physical manner. Like I need to go do something. I won't go for a run because I hate running. That shit's ass. Like, it's cool like if I'm on a treadmill, but if I'm just running, niggas like, you want to run around the lake and back? I'm like, bro, what the fuck is you saying? Like, what is you talking about? Like, because really you don't have a destination in mind with something like that. You're just running till you know what I mean, get back to where you need to get to and shit. In terms of just running for a certain amount of time, which I feel is like, okay, I see my objective clearly. Like it's within sight. I literally see the minutes go by as I do that shit. So how often do you feel restless, like you want to get out and do something? That's often, you know what I mean? The gym has served as a way to ease that feeling, but if I don't do it, I definitely feel like I need to, do some other shit. Like, and for example, this next question is just that. How often do you fidget with or tap your hands or feet, squirm in your seat? Often, all the time. I have to stay active in some way. I can't just sit still like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, even when I'm recording videos and shit in the chair, watching TV, playing a game, I'll be doing this shit in the chair, bro. You know what I'm saying? I need some type of movement going on. And then next question is, how often do you find yourself talking excessively? I would say in a social setting where I don't really know the people like that, I don't talk at all. Cause I'm like, man, I don't want to draw that much attention to myself. Cause what if niggas think I'm weird? Which I probably am, but I'm learning more and more by the day to just not care anymore. But when I'm with people that I know and I'm comfortable with, bro, I'll talk for fucking hours, bro. And I feel like that's how it always is for most introverts, at least. So talking excessively, I would say sometimes. Like, it depends on like where I'm at and shit. And then, how often do you interrupt or intrude on others, such as butting into their conversation or taking over what others are doing? I never do that. It feels like, because it just feels inconsiderate to do that shit, bro. It's like, I hear two people talking, it's like, oh, can I join? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I never want to be that for somebody. It just feels like, like, Blood thinks he's a part of the team type shit, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't like doing that. It's like somebody naturally got to come up to me. I don't want to feel like I'm intruding or being a bother to someone else. So very rarely do I do that. I would almost say never. But I'm gonna just say rarely, just to keep with the shit I've been saying in this video. And where they say, were several of the symptoms present prior to age 12? I don't think so. I don't. It's definitely been in my teenage to adult years. I didn't notice any of that shit when I was 12. I could play games for hours just fine and shit, you know what I'm saying? It was a great time. I kind of miss it for that reason. And they say, do the symptoms appear in at least 2 or more settings, e.g. at home and at school? Yeah, I would say so. And at least 2, yeah, I would say so. Because home, when I'm doing shit I want to do, I have trouble focusing. And when I'm in school, I have trouble sitting still, you know what I mean? You feel me? All that good stuff. So, yeah. Looks like we came to the end of the test and we're going to get the results. They say my results are attention deficit disorder possible. Okay. I don't know what else I was expecting from the quiz. Like, the most safe answer they could give is, oh, you might got that shit, my nigga. And like, that's exactly what they did. My score was 36 out of 58, which sounds kind of ass, but 40 plus would have been attention deficit disorder likely, unlikely. So I'm right in the middle. Okay. Based upon your responses to this adult ADHD screening quiz, you may or may not have attention deficit disorder. People who have answered similarly to you sometimes qualify for a diagnosis of ADHD or ADD. Some people with scores similar to yours have sought professional treatment for this concern. Others have not. Okay. Nice to know that at least my worries are valid in some reason. They're grounded in some type of logic and shit. Because the way I feel, most of the questions on the test, they answered it in some sort of way. So now I feel like I wasn't talking out of my ass, and really, it's almost like I want to be diagnosed with ADHD, bro, just so I could give niggas a reason why I'm fucking weird as shit in public, in case I do get weird as shit in public. They're like, why the fuck are you so strange, bro? And I'm like, hey man, I got ADHD, I can't help it, you know what I'm saying? Because like, most of the time, dead ass, it's not intentional. I just truly can't act normal sometimes. I can't focus for shit. I gotta always be doing some other shit. I'm always thinking, my mind is always racing. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? Moral of the video, I'm not a weirdo, you feel me? And if you got any type of attention problems and shit, you know what I'm saying, like me, you might got ADHD, you might just be like, I don't know, you feel me, a little, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to say nothing crazy on here, but you kind of get what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? You might have like an actual disorder, or you might just, you know what I'm saying, be yeah, type shit. So yeah, that's gonna be the end of the video for today. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Appreciate y'all for watching. Let me know if you want to see something similar. If you got any similar experiences, leave it in the comments below. without further ado, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna get y'all up out of here because I don't know how long I've been recording. It's been fun. This one was great. Getting back in touch with one of the earlier videos and shit. It's like a different type of video format, and it's good to keep it fresh every once in a while. So yeah, I'll see y'all later. Love y'all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.